Good morning. I think it's still morning. I got texts and all other kinds of stuff coming on. I thought about going live last week. Probably should have went live last week because then I would have so much to talk about. But happy Monday! Y'all know how we do. I don't wait around. Y'all gonna see it when y'all gonna see it. If you ain't on now because you started your day, our days are now transitioning back to something else that maybe they weren't before in the past 3 months. It's June 1st, y'all. Say what now? It's June 1st, y'all. Say what now? Look. First it was March, and then, we were still chilling on March 1st, and then I was making birthday plans, and yeah, we about to turn up, and then we turned everything down for the rest of March and April and May. And shout out to Minister Kiana Cox Jones, who proceeded with our morning meditation for our Sister Friend Prayer Circle. Y'all know how I do. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Twisted Threads. Good morning, family. And I'm a little bit chill, but it probably ain't going to stay that way. I love you all dearly. Race, creed, whatever it is. I'm not one of those who say, if you love me, I love you. I love you as long as you don't cross the line. I'm just going to put that on there. But that's why, I got to pray every day and make sure that I try to control my mouth because during these times, bad words, they come and bad words like hate and racism and so many different bad words. But I always title today's title, Return to Sender. So when this title and description first came to my mind, it was sort of like, okay, what am I going to talk about? And I was really thinking about sometimes people send negativity your way. And how do you respond to that? Because during these times, even before this past week, praying for the family of George Floyd, yes, we speak your name. And that's a powerful thing, whether you're African American or you don't know the history of ancestry. When you speak their names, it is something that we put into the universe, not just to remember them, but to remember the power and energy that is still here that represents them. Because when we die, that is not the end. Our energy still stays. There's nothing that dies in the world, and I believe that. It is an amazing time where we are right now. I'm not going to take a lot of time to speak. All I'm going to say is stay safe. Remember that Rona's still out there. Yeah, Roro, she's still out there. So when y'all out there marching, use wisdom. If you have children, use wisdom. If you are not one who need to be on the front line, look, I'm not the one. Why? Because it's hot down here. It's going to be 75, 80 degrees. Nah, I'm not that type of activist. But whatever type of activist that you are, you want to do it with positivity. Don't move in hate because then we become other people. I have my opinion about rioting and I understand it because sometimes when we whisper, people don't listen. And I learned the technique a long time ago. I learned it from Linda because look, she would tell you off and not even raise her voice. She wouldn't yell and scream. She'd be like, let me tell you something right now. And you listening real close and you'd be like, what's she about to say? And she would tell you, like she would change your entire life and not scream at all. Sometimes we whisper and people don't listen. See, the children that God blessed me with, when I whisper, they can't even hear me. So I gotta be loud with them, and I'm okay with being loud. And I understand that there is a place for grieving. But when it comes to the return to sender, I try to stay on topic. Here's the thing. Negativity is going to come in your life. That's a given. Every day, somebody's thought, I think it was an Albert Einstein quote. It's like, for people who want to be negative, they already have a problem for every possible solution. So if you got a solution, they're going to be like, no, that's not going to work. The thing with Return to Sender is sort of like, back in the day, we would put that Scotch Guard on the couches and stuff. I paid extra for that because my kids was messy. Wait, see, people trying to bother me. Ain't got time for that. So I paid for that Scotch Guard and admit that although they decided they wanted to drop the Kool-Aid on the chair didn't have to be ruined because we was being messy, okay? This is the topic for Return to Sender. When the negativity comes, it's the same thing when you get mail. So a lot of the work that I do is not just money and financial related, but we need to know where the people are. We need to know that if they move, how do we find them? Because we wanted them to continue to support us. But sometimes our letters and our solicitations come back and they say return to sender. That means the person wasn't there. Now they're in a new place. And then we got to go find them. And yes, we got the resources. We can find people, but that's not the focus. The focus is in the same sense of if you get mail that's not yours. I still do that every now and then, especially if it looks like a bill. I don't need that type of negativity in my life. Yes, bills. Sometimes they negative. Return to sender is a power tool because just though negativity comes to your door, you don't have to let it in. Back in the day, our mamas and daddies and probably grandmas and aunties and uncles be like, don't bring that mess in my house. You know, maybe you track through the mud and they tell you, take that off before you come in my house. Okay? Take that off. All right? Why? Because I don't want that mud being trapped in my house. I don't want that mud to mess up my floors. And that's how we have to treat our lives. I don't want your messiness to mess me up. And sometimes we have to be our own protectors. Now, look, I mentioned to people I'm a different type of fighter because my sons and my daughter, you know, whenever anything happens, they like, okay, Ma, so what is you and your social activist friends going to be doing? Mind your business. Why? Because we moving in silent. You ain't going to know what we doing. Why? Because we need to be effective. And sometimes when you tell people where you are and what it is that you're doing, they will come to mess things up. Always somebody there. But when that return to sender needs to be activated, here are some things that I suggest that you do. Find the things that make you happy. And I say it a lot because during this time, there are things that are going to rack your nerves. I am a mother of 4 Black grown men. I saw a video the other day, and I tell you, it wrenched my heart because it was a delivery person, and it was somebody confronting them, telling them that they felt unsafe because this delivery person in a delivery uniform doing something. Now, here's why that hit home, and I'm going to tell you a couple of things. It hit home because I have a son that's a delivery driver. Don't come for mine. I mean that. Look, I love you with all of the love that I can muster, and I got a lot of it. But mine are covered. Mine are covered. And I'm telling you, don't come for mine, not because I'm going to come for you, but because I know for sure that I was charged with raising them for the assignment that God has given to them. And so if you come and you try to interrupt what God has ordained in the life of my children and now grandchildren, you will have a price on your own head. That has nothing to do with me, but I'm trying to help somebody. So you understand, maybe you was raised in a household that racism was a thing. Maybe you're in a household that domestic violence is a thing. Maybe you were raised in a household where love was not really a thing. But guess what? You get to return that negativity back to the sender. Just because it comes to your door doesn't mean, and I'm talking about the door of your mind, the door of your heart. Some of us got to turn off the news because this news will wreck your entire life. Look, I woke up yesterday and I was all excited and whatnot. And then the news, and I was like, ooh, that's a lot. I was here Friday night, and Friday nights I usually chill because I'm working all week. I promise you, this sister here, I don't know how many of y'all on vacation or y'all having y'all administrative leave. That ain't what we doing over here. We working overtime. I'm literally doing 50 to 60 hours a week. And then Friday comes and it's like, I don't really care nothing about what y'all do till Monday. Why? Sometimes I still do work. And truth be told, I was working over this weekend, but it was on my time. So if I decided to do it at 2 a.m., that was what it was. And I watched the news and I watched people not caring what degree people had, not caring if you had a microphone. Reporters from CNN being arrested and being a part of different things. But look, when there's an assignment for your children, you got to move different. And if you pray for those kids, some of y'all don't know how to pray, and I don't mind talking to you through that. Shout out to you, Tamara, where Tamara, author of process prayers and all of the different things that God has allowed for her to pour out. And you know, I shout out a lot of people because here's the thing. it is a process, because the person that I was 20 years ago, look, I'll be out there fighting and I'll probably be dragging my babies along too. But now, why? Because we got more to lose. So now I got to use strategy. I can't just show up and be like, oh, okay, I hope this work out well. Why? Because some of y'all, I don't know. I don't know all y'all organizers. I don't know what y'all really in this for. I need to know, are you concerned with my safety when I get out here in these streets? So you know what Karen gonna do? I got a different type of activism. You know what I'm gonna do today? Yeah, we contacting the mayor's office. That's what we doing. I want to know what you doing working with the chief of police in this town, so that I know that I am safe, so that I know my family is safe, whether they coming to visit or whether they live here. Now, because I got properties in a couple of places, guess who getting a call? We getting a call in Greensboro. We getting a call in Greensboro, North Carolina. We getting a call in Raleigh and Cary, North Carolina. We getting a call in Bethlehem, PA. We getting a call in East Orange, New Jersey. Look, where my loved ones are at, and I got stake in that address. Oh, y'all getting a call, or email, or something. So, holler at your girl. You don't know what to say? Say this. Dear Congressperson, dear Representative, dear Mayor, dear City Council member, help me understand how you will keep me safe. It's not even hard. Understand that if we don't give them what, I learned this a long time ago from a former vice president, what gets measured gets done. So if we say we want to decrease the amount of lives that are being killed at the hands of police, we want to decrease the amount of lives that are black on black crime, white on white crime, crimes from your neighbors. When you give them numbers, they're able to push forward with that. Now, y'all riding, that's fine. I know these stores out here. Is closing early, because they said, we ain't playing with y'all. Y'all coming through. Look, y'all know I'm going to put some humor in this, because I went to the store. I'm like, I'm looking for something. Let me go to the store. They was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. We are now closed. I said, the sun's still up. Like, I thought we had till 8 p.m. They like, nah, we ain't messing with y'all. 6 p.m., oh, y'all better go home, eat your dinner, pray, wash your clothes, because what you're not going to do is come up in here and bust these windows and do all that. Now, I respect that. Now, somebody come over here, y'all know, I literally am licensed to carry. And I say that as a specific thing because it's a responsibility that I have, but it also does not allow me to be afraid. And here's the thing. Many of us may not be licensed to carry a physical weapon, but we got a weapon that's inside us that we get to use. But you have to be confident in who you are in this world. I am not looking for validation from any other person, because I understand the charge that's on my life. I understand why God has allowed me to be sunshine in some people's life. God has allowed me to be a voice of cut that mess out. And that, you know, some of my kids, that's what they hear. Don't bring that over here. Return to sender. Don't bring your negativity over here. Why? Because it doesn't come in my size. How about that? Your anxiety can't fit me. So you can't bring that over here and think that if you just gonna drop it off. You know, my kids try to do that. They be like, Ma, we dropping off all the kids. You know, shout out to Courtney. She was like, yeah, I'll bring all the grandkids. What you not gonna do over here is have me up in here thinking I'm sewing some knitting some socks and all of that. So because I have charge for the time that I spend with my grandkids, I try to be specific. They can't all come at the same time. Why? It's too many of them. One, my budget can't feed them. Why? Because the Corona money ain't kick in yet. The stimulus check ain't here. The what else? The hazard pay didn't come. They're gonna pay you when they want to pay you. I can't afford to feed 6 grandchildren, but they talk about something they want to drop them off. You know what happened? My kids, like, they'll try to do a sneak drive-by and whatnot and be like, Ma, we outside. You know what's going to happen? I ain't even going to be here. I don't care about no Rona. I will find me a hotel or somewhere to be, because y'all ain't going to be having no bunch of kids. Because these kids want stuff. They mama and daddy spoil them, and I spoil them. But I just, shout out to Amazon Prime. You allow me to be a good Mimi from my bedroom. I appreciate you. Return to sender. My kids sometimes want to return to send when I send certain things, because I'm the one. I send the drum sets. Tony, shout out to Luke. Like, he is, he playing drums and whatnot. Why should I see somebody else playing drums and not send a drum set to my grandchildren? I'm just saying, this all makes sense. We are a musical family. All of my children for the holidays got drum sets and saxophones and flutes and tambourines and all of that. And they, mama and daddy, my daughter just said, I don't really believe you love me because you done sent all this stuff here. I just wanted their lives to be enriched. When it comes to return to sender, the reminder is the negativity is going to come. You got to build a fortress around yourself so that at least somebody got to let it in. See, when you don't build a fortress to protect your heart and your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul, when you see these things on TV, when you see the images, when you hear people not understanding, you will start becoming the thing that you hate. See, the thing is, we could be like, dear white people. It's not dear all white people. I saw that on people's pages. I got some white folks and folks who are just not brown and black who are awesome and amazing and are allies, and they understand a little bit better than some of their other peers. And so then we got to figure out, how do we not weaponize our belief? How do we not weaponize our religion? How do we not weaponize our thoughts? Because the thing is that I do believe, I believe that Malcolm has a place and so does Martin. But guess who else has a place? Karen. Karen has a place. You have a place. This time calls for us to be, and I've got another video on Twisted Threads that talks about bigger M&Ms. See, we will be bigger than Martin and Malcolm and Maya. Why? Because 2020, we got two epidemics that have just kind of blew off the handle. When I see people in multiple states literally coming together for the same cause. I don't care whether it's riding and they want a new air conditioner and all the other stuff. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all got to figure out how y'all handle that in your time. But what I see here is the possibility of what happens when people come together on one accord. There are so many people that even if you don't understand the rioting, some of you do understand the outrage. And I'll say it again, me being a mother of 4 boys, 1 nephew, 3 grandsons, and I don't know what the next one gonna be, but people having dreams about it and whatnot. That's all we're gonna say. I'm not gonna say the all lives matter, because my focus today is Raymond matters, Joshua matters, Joseph matters, Lamont matters, Justin matters, Dexter matters, Carson matters, Ulysses matters, Timothy matters. See, I got to turn stuff off because people be trying to be in my business and whatnot, and then I got to get out of here. I just came on here to remind you. It may be ours today. I don't care your nationality. If they get away with ours today, the next thing is we then have to go through. Yours will be next. And it's not a threat. It's just the way that it works. Yours will be next. That's the way that it is. And so we got to figure out, how do we handle that? How do we get in a better place? How do we work together? If we could unite to loot, we can unite, whether it's a riot, a protest, we could unite for change. I know I see a lot of things. Juneteenth is coming up. I need y'all to know Juneteenth is an entire experience down here in North Carolina. Don't play with that here. It's a serious thing. They have all types of events, and people come out and they understand the importance of it more than I think some of our friends and brothers and sisters in the North. I think it's just different. Will I be celebrating July 4th? I don't know. I don't even know if we still gonna be able to go outside real good, but some of y'all already outside. You know where I am, in the house. Return that negativity to the sender. Make sure that you surround yourself with good things. Surround yourself with positivity. Support another mother or father or brother or sister or anybody that might be impacted by what's going on in the world, whether it is the coronavirus pandemic or whether it is this pandemic of racism and hate that we are seeing lifted up, that we are seeing. And I say this, and I mean that thing all through my body. When people tried to do peaceful protests, there were complaints. They whispered before they yelled. They yelled before they screamed. Now you see and hear hearts and mind screaming. And unless you are coming to rescue, you got to figure out what's your part in this. Are you a yeller? Are you a screamer? Have you been a whisperer who've been ignored? And now, like and I say it in the same sense. If you ever been a frustrated mom and you told the kids, clean your room. First time you back, clean your room, Johnny. Okay. And they ain't saying nothing. And then you like, oh my goodness, the people coming, the neighbors coming, and the room still ain't clean. Johnny, if you don't clean your room, it's going to be some consequences. And Johnny still ain't caring nothing about. But then, guess what? When you start screaming, Johnny, if you don't clean that room, I'm going to come in there and bleep, bleep, bleep. We can't say all them things. But it might be some bodily harm. You know what happened then? Oftentimes, Johnny may or may not clean his room. You know what happened if after you scream, Johnny didn't clean his room? You take the hinges off the door. That's what you do. That's what I said. I said you take the hinges off the door. So now Johnny has no more option of this my place or this is, and that is what you all are seeing in this rioting. Brown and black people and some white folk too is out there taking the hinges off the door because you have closed people out. You have said your life doesn't matter to me. And when you did that, whether you were doing it consciously or not, what? Return the sender. The hate you give, you're going to get it back. The love you give, you're going to get it back. But here's the thing. When you surround yourself with that barrier and you say, nope, ain't no negativity coming here. We got to block some calls. We got to not answer some stuff. We got to turn off the news. We got to make sure that we let our people who are not of brown and black descent know I'm not all right now. So don't come here with no foolishness. And some of this we got to say to our own people. Oh, no rioting. Y'all cannot. Look, we don't all have the same thought about this. One of my friends put up, shout out to Rasheen Kilo Pugh, and he was talking about Buffalo soldiers and how they would go out and fight and they put their lives on the line for the life of other people. Understand that when we think about whether it's Black Panther or the NAACP, I don't care who you subscribe to, but you got to do something. And for my people who are like, well, I'm praying. Jesus did something. He prayed. Like he literally is a prayer. His existence was a prayer. But he still did something when that righteous indignation said, this is wrong. So figure out what it is that you're going to do. If you're going to make the sandwiches, if you're going to drive the people to the polls, if you're going to call the mayor, if you're going to call the city council, if you're going to run for city council, figure out what your connection and portion needs to be, and then put some tenacity behind it and do it. Why? Because the only thing that you can do when negativity comes is block it. Block it. Like literally do that matrix thing. Block it. But as you're blocking it, you got to replace it with something. So we can't match hate with hate. Can't do it. Can't do it. And I'm not saying that rioting is hate, because some of this stuff is just a mental break that people are having where it's like, I'm tired. I'm fed up. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of looking at the news. I don't want to. I don't want to know. I don't want to make my non-black friends comfortable. I don't care if you're comfortable. I want you to know that I'm hurting. I want you to know that my son's lives matter. I want you to know that as each new grandchild comes in, I need to know that the world is safe for them. I want you to know that the black men that I love, I shouldn't have to tell them and remind them, I need you to be a little bit nicer and subdue yourself. Why? So that you don't feel threatened. Because their strength is powerful to me. Their strength it's part of the reason why I love them. But then also, I got to train them up to don't be so this. Don't look like this. Make sure you don't do that. You want success. You can only have it in this particular parameter. This is a little bit of the insight of what it means to be a black mother. And a black mother of grown children, where it's like I literally watch the news and the African-American man who worked for CNN and he was a reporter and he got arrested and his mother didn't know where he was. And he told the story about his mother was like, all I knew was my son was going to be the next thing on the news. And I was helpless to know that my professional son that I sent to school, that I said, you will be different than the thugs that they say we are. And he still was treated as a criminal. I need y'all to understand the underlying things of that. Return to sender. Why? Because we ain't got no time for that here. There's no time for me to be concerned with what I'm saying about my black and brown sons and grandsons and father and uncle and nephews and cousins. I don't have time to figure out whether you're okay, because I got to make sure not only am I okay, but me and mine. Back in the day, people in my family, y'all know, we would say it all the time. Me and mine, we going, and I'd be like, who is me and mine? Now I got a me and mine. And you know what happens? I am now in mama bear mode. And it's not that I'm like, I'm going to ravage anything, but I'm thinking strategically, how do I impact in the most places without being in the heat? And in the least amount of time, because I ain't got a lot of time. But I told y'all I'm working 60 hours a week, so I ain't got time for all this foolishness. And when I go to the store, that's the time that I had to go to the store. But now, I can't go to the store because they're closing the stores. Got to block that negativity. But it was all right because, I could go online and order what I order, and then they got curbside pick up, and you just pop the trunk and they put it in. Look, I like that shopping anyway. I ain't even break a sweat. I'm all right. I ain't got to walk through, the ankles be all right, all of that. My steps is down, but we'll work on that. Because retail therapy is a good way for me to get my steps. Return to sender. The negativity is all around us. There's no way to get away from it. So now we protect our mental wellness. We protect our physical wellness. You should be drinking more water. You should be trying to figure out where you're going to walk. If that means just walk up and down the steps in your house because you only feel safe there, then stay there and do that. We need to pray for all people who are a target, and right now it's the black and brown people. So Black Lives Matter, y'all know I'm here for a while because I'm black and it don't rub off. Nope, it don't rub off. It's still there. Black all day, gonna be black tomorrow. Blackity black. I'm gonna be black on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna be black on July 4th. I'm gonna be black on June 19th. If the Lord willing, if I ain't here at the end of the year, I'm still gonna be black because I think it take a little time for my body to decompose, and then I'll be whatever color is under my skin. But I'm black, and so I promote blackness. And it is not that I hate my white people, because I don't. I love everybody until you give me a reason not to love you. I know that ain't biblical and that ain't Christian, but that's why I got to find an altar as often as I can, and I pray, and I allow some of y'all to pray for me. The final thing I'll say, and then I'm going to get out of here because I got to actually go into the office today. Y'all pray my strength. Is this. I was able to have a call, and I tell people all the time that, I'm not the early morning. Don't call me for no 5 a.m. prayer. Why? Because you ain't going to get through. But if you got a midnight hour prayer, oh, man, I just might be the one. And I got a call this week, and shout out to my cousin, and she called. And we started talking about the things that we were seeing and how we keep our black and brown boys safe, and what do we say, and how do we pray for people, because hate will set in, and malice will set in, and if we don't return that hate and that negativity back to the sender that came and brought it to us, then our lives become diminished because we did not let love abound. We didn't put love first. We didn't say we want to love people. Now, for those of you who want to fight and y'all like bleep the police and all that other stuff, I can't say nothing for that. But I will say this. I have police friends. Some of them look like me and some of them don't. And I pray that they get home every single day. Every day, I pray that their lives are not harmed. I pray that they don't have to feel the effects of somebody else who felt like, bleep the police meant all of the police. Because, don't kill my brother. Don't kill my cousin. Don't kill literally, family members. Friends and loved ones are in law enforcement, are in the judicial system to try to make a difference. But we got to link arms with them in some way. Everybody ain't going to do that. Some of y'all going to be out in the street. I done told y'all it's hot out here, so I ain't the one. I ain't walking nowhere. I ain't walking nowhere. But I will make the calls. I will send the email. I'll make the sandwiches. Y'all need lemonade. Y'all need some hot tea or some sweet tea. My sweet tea ain't as sweet as the people's down here because, I believe that I'm not going to kill myself with diabetes. But we're going to work something out. Figure out what it is. Return to sender. Block yourself. Make sure that when you have conversations, you keep your mind open. Because remember, everybody doesn't think just like you. Everybody doesn't have the perspective like you. And sometimes I know that we will be in a season where a lot of people gonna get blocked and y'all gonna get unfriended. I'm not unfriending none of y'all. Why? Because you're gonna have to unfriend yourself. You don't want to be here for it. There's the exit, and I mean that with all of the love that I can muster. I'm working on multiplying that. Figure out what it is that you can do in your section of the world to make sure that you're checking on your black and brown brothers and sisters. Make sure that you ask the question, are you all right? Let me know you care. Let me know you care. Even if you can't do nothing. Even if you like, I don't want to be out there in them streets because I can't fight. I appreciate you. I do. I do. Remember, I talked a little bit earlier about the concealed carry. We have to be concealed carry of that love and not allow hate and malice to get in our life. I'm concealed carry, like I'm licensed. And I say it often. People are like, don't get on live and say you licensed. Why? I want you to be licensed too. Anything that's going to help you feel safe, it changes your outlook on the rest of the world when you feel safe. But here's the thing. When you equip yourself with that concealed carry, that's not a gun, that's not a weapon. We still have a weapon that is literally black ops, special operations, going out here and understanding the power and the worth that we have within us. We are creatives. We are, and I would shout out to, I watched the Kirk Franklin and the Fred Hammond verses yesterday, and child, look, that thing took me all the way back to 1980 something. It was like, what? Y'all got to go ahead. The thing was this that I found most impactful about that, and this was Fred Hammond, who he started the conversation, and he said, and for my black women, we are sorry. We're sorry that we can't protect you because our lives are in danger. How crazy is that? That the people that many of us love feel like they can't even protect our lives. And then we become more susceptible as women, as black women. Why? Because they don't like my attitude, because my talk is too strong. Because when I say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, I got to whisper. I'm a grown woman and loud. I got 5 kids. You're going to hear me before you see me. Get used to it, okay? But I will not apologize for the blessings that God has blessed me with. I will do my best to protect me and mine in the way that I know how. And I pray that you will do the same for yours, whatever your color, whatever your race, whatever your creed. We got to come together as a united of these states. See, many people see division. What I see is opportunity for every person in every state to say, I stand with you. I stand for you. I will help protect you. That's something that we could keep. We don't have to return that to sender. So for every person that uses their privilege in whatever status it is, because right now my privilege is me as a black woman. Because why? They less threatened by me. They're going to give me the job before they give my brother the job. Why? Because they're less threatened by me. They understand my speak. But then sometimes they tell me, I get stuff like, you too professional. Why is that even a thing? You too this, you too that. You not enough of this, you not enough of that. Guess what? God created me to be just enough for what it is that he charged me with. He created you to be just enough for what he charged you with. Return it to sender when they tell you you can't. Return it to sender when you get that next no. That just means that's not the person that's going to give you your yes. Don't be diminished in your thought. Had a conversation with one of my sisters this week. They trying to tell you no? All right, well then you better find somebody else, because somebody going to tell you yes in this season of blessing. In the season where we see everybody losing, guess what? We still win. And when you got a winning mindset and you take on winning strategies, what do? You return that foolishness back to the sender. Act like your mama when she said, you ain't going to track that mud in my house. Take your shoes off. Take that hate off of you. Take that thought of anxiety off of you. Take that depression off of you. Take that thing that is jacking up your mind that then causes you to not have the fight within you. Take it off. What? How we do with this coronavirus? Honey, okay, look, I could get out some clothes real quick. That ain't y'all business. But when I come in from coronavirus, shout out to my sister Kimberly. Honey, she get out of clothes faster than me. By the time that door shut, she daggone there naked. Why? Because that stuff got to be washed. I done been outside. I don't put your outside clothes on my bed. Ain't no telling where you been. Now more than ever. Look, we taking stuff off. It's coming off. It's coming off. That's all we're going to say for that. Return it to sender. That's why we wash the clothes. That's why we put the bleach and everything down. That's why we careful with the hand sanitizer. Why? Because we want you to return them germs to sender. Treat this virus that we call hate the same way. Treat the negativity that comes to your door the same way. Return it to sender. Now, I done talked too long, and it's time for me to get to work. They're going to be finding something. Y'all pray my strength, because sometimes, I got a couple of nerves left. They ain't on my last one. I'm grateful for that. So every weekend, I try to, unplug and do less, because they be getting on my last nerve. I was like, oh, they getting on my last nerve. And it's like May. Is this last nerve going to last the whole year? Probably not. So while y'all praying for me, pray for them. Just be like, Lord, bless Karen and all the people she work with. He know their names. He know. Because I pray for them too. Be like, Lord, one by one. Just bless them. Please, Lord, because, Father. And we got good things. And sometimes working with me is a challenge. Why? Because they'll be like, so, Karen, what is the priority today? We got this, and this. Which one would you like done? All of them. Well, all of them. And if we... all of them. You ask me, so I'm going to tell you. If somebody come to me and, we're going to get off topic because I started talking about some dating stuff. Be like, well, what you want? All of it. All of it. I want it all. I want it all. I want you to act right. I want you to smell right. I want you to look fabulous. I want you to match my fly when we going somewhere. I want you to compliment who I am, not just because I'm cute. I want you to compliment my conversation. I want you to compliment my bank account. I want you to compliment my aspirations. I want you to know that if you say, oh, you crazy because you want to go to that next best thing. Okay, well, the next stop is your stop. Get off this ride. That's how that go. Return it to sender. Make sure that you surround yourself with positivity. I've been saying the same thing, just to different people. This message will not be for everyone. If you did not enjoy this message, share with somebody else anyway. Why? Because it might be the message for them. You needed to be a conduit. That's what we do when we talk about intercession and praying for somebody else. When you pray for somebody else, you become a conduit for what it is that they need to do. And so you're praying on their behalf that God's will in their life will manifest in a particular way. I am an intercessor. I know how to do it. I know what has been done. Ulysses and Linda taught me, and they gave me a foundation, and then I've been able to be blessed by people, spiritual godparents who've been able to cultivate that within me. Honey, I know how to pray long. I know how to pray short. I mostly know how to pray long. And my sister be like, she can't pray. Why? Because it's going to be the new year by the time she say amen. And I mean, she right. But then, the Lord blessed me in a different way that I pray different. I pray that, we don't get caught up in bad relationships during this time because we by ourselves and some of us is lonely. I pray that y'all don't leave your husbands because y'all just tired of looking at them. I pray that y'all don't leave your wives because you just like, I don't want to eat this same thing again. I pray that we, expand our capacity to love the life that God has given us right now. I pray that we expand our thought on how do we treat other people and how can we be allies in different areas of our life. Don't come over here making no mess. I don't like to clean up. So as soon as I don't like to clean up. I don't. And people like, my sister, she OCD. She on here now, so I can talk about it. She OCD. Honey, if it drops, she going to catch it before it hit the floor. That is not my testimony. And so I'll be like, don't come in here dirty up stuff. That's why they can't drop all them grandkids at my house. Because them grandkids, Lord, they got a PhD in making a mess. And then Tiara, she likes shoes, like her like her Mimi, she likes shoes. But then she don't want to wear the same set of shoes. So I got mismatched shoes everywhere that I can't find the other shoe. She, stay out of my shoes, girl. So every time she come, I try to buy her a new pair of shoes. Why? So she can stay out of my shoes. I try to give her some accessories so she can stay out of my accessories. How about that? I'm trying to return. Them kids come down here, they definitely get returned to sender. I need you to know I love every one of my grandkids, but I ain't that type of grandmama. I blame their parents because their parents doggone they killed me. So they be like, we gonna call, wait a minute, this a 2.0 version of you? That means they're gonna have more mouth, more attitude, spend more of my money, eat up more of my time, waste my air conditioning, and keep my refrigerator open more than y'all? Y'all better keep them kids over there. I'll send y'all something. I'm going to send y'all something. Ain't nobody got time for all of that. I promise you. I love my family. I love as many people as I can. When y'all get on my nerves, I'm going to tell you that that's what's happening. Why? Because I want to multiply this love in my life. All right, it's at the 10. I'm going to be late, y'all. I'm supposed to be, boop, boop, booping and be in the office now. So I'm going to get off of here. I love y'all. Share with somebody that you think would be a blessing. Don't be a hater. Share the love. Return that hate to sender. We ain't got time for it. We got to be strategic. And if you are hurt and angry, say, I'm not okay. Say, I'm not okay. Because guess what? Some of us, we going to make sure that we are all okay. So if you bleeding, I bleed. Shout out to, again, to Minister Kiana Cox-Jones. She had the Monday morning meditation, and she said, when you can't breathe, neither can I. And if we stay that connected, when you can't breathe, I can't. You know what happens? If somebody restricts my breathing, we putting the dukes up. That's going to be another lie. But I love y'all. If you can't breathe, help me connect with you so that we can breathe together. Because I don't need to take up so much air and so much space that then I watch you die. I will not watch that video, because some things, once you see, you can never unsee them. That's around the world. Dare I ever even imagine a grown man calling for his already deceased mother in the last moments of his life? I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't playing with y'all. I don't have time for that type of breakdown in my life, because the end result is he lost his life. This is a man who knew people of stature, a man who apparently even possibly worked with the person who is now charged with his murder. How crazy is that? Look, y'all better go on Twisted Threads. This is going to be a Twisted Threads. This is going to be on YouTube. This is going to be in a couple of places. Y'all better talk about squad goals, because, honey, if that ain't a squad goal, please don't put no murderers in my backyard. I need you to know how in all the world we sharing what? But that's a whole nother thing. The people you work with, you got to check them too. You got to check them. And Black America, corporations ain't ready. They ain't ready for the angry version of us. They ain't ready. So I'm just praying that they listen to the whispers, that they listen to if we happen to raise our voice a little bit, because nobody can handle a scream from a person who is clear on what the charge is in our life. I have a charge to keep. No other person can steer me away from what the charge is for my life. The charge on my life: make sure my boys are straight. Make sure my daughter is straight. Make sure my family is straight. See, that comes first. Family is my first ministry. Honey, I had family before I knew what ministry was, okay? And so that's real talk. Family over everything. And the only thing that trumps family in my life is God. And so I try to point my family to. Y'all better pray. Why? Because look, these people out in these streets, they don't care nothing about your life. They don't care nothing about your livelihood. They don't care. And I understand it. But at the end of the day, we got to take some of that and turn it around. Return it to sender. Same thing. When you get love, sometimes you got to return that back to the sender just to say thank you. I got a beautiful card around Mother's Day from a colleague and an ally. And I appreciate it so much. And I never said thank you. And this morning, it was just like, wow. I put his little card up there, right up there with the cards and the gifts from my children, because it meant a lot to me to know. It was a handwritten note, y'all. Come on. Handwritten note. All right, we're going to leave this alone. Return to sender. We ain't got time for the foolishness. Figure out how you're going to work in your area of the woods. If you take care of your region, I'll take care of my region. And you know what will happen? The unity that I see for people who want to protest, whether it's riot or looting, honey, they coming out. That means they just need direction. They need a leader. Shout out, where are our leaders? Because if you tell us what to do, we will galvanize and make your little become so crazy much. When I see people out in the street, I know that they doing wrong. I know that, the stuff that they doing could be considered criminal. Honey, they burning stuff down. Burning stuff down. Black Wall Street. That's all I'm saying on that. So don't come here and get mad. Black Wall Street. With the reparations for that. Black Wall Street. Look it up. Tulsa, Oklahoma. 1921. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. 99 years ago. What did it say? When the who come home to roost? When the roosters come home to roost? I forget how that go. Nothing is lost. Love y'all. Now I gotta go ahead and get in this heat. Thankfully, the hair is natural, so it's gonna get bigger or shrink up. I don't know what it's gonna do, but she gonna be cute today. Y'all have an amazing day. Don't you let nobody steal your joy. Try to spread joy where it is you at. You know, I always leave y'all with some homework. Make sure when you see the negativity coming, put that X up, act like y'all Wakanda, and get that thing out of here, because we ain't got time for it. There's no place for it in our lives, and we cannot allow hate to manifest in our lives, because then it will fester and turn into something that is bigger than we can handle in our lives. Do what you need to do, however you need to do it. Do not apologize for it. Whether you're a whisperer, a yeller, or a screamer. Whether you like, I'm concealed carry literally, or you concealed carry a special gift in your life. Legislation. Contact your mayors, your city council. Contact your, who else? Contact the librarian. I don't care who you contact, but doggone it, contact somebody and tell them you need them to do something. Contact the police chief. Contact all of them. The mayor is the police chief's boss. That's why I want to speak to the manager. I'm Karen. Y'all know what y'all say about Karens. I'm her. I would like to speak to the manager. When you call the police, they be like, ma'am, ain't no manager here. Yes, it is the chief of police. I need to talk to him today. Today, I need to talk to him. Why? Because we need to know what you're going to do to keep me safe, to keep my family safe, and make sure that we not going to be murdered out here in these streets and that nobody ain't going to care. I want to know how you turning this around to bring up charges against people that will stick. I want to know when they going to jail for taking my life, and when will you be preparing the next season of your staff to make sure that if they're going to administer some type of hold that is supposed to be legal, that they don't kill nobody while they doing it. I try to stand up and up, because if you put me in handcuffs, I'm claustrophobic. I'm going to lose it. So I'm saying my tail in the house. Y'all do what y'all need to do. I love y'all. Be amazing. Do not let anybody diminish your light, no matter what. We are aware. We are ready. We are woke, whatever you want to call it. And now we are calling people out so that you stand with us. Do not make me be the only protector of my children. If you love me, fight with me. If you care for me, figure out what you can do to make a change. And I don't care what your color is. I don't care if you're male, female. I don't care what it is. Help me save my family. Return it to sender. Have a good one, y'all.